Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, scientists and experts are predicting a very cold winter this year. In fact, they're stating it very well could be nightmarish. Take a look at this report. This was put out on theamericandream.com and it was put out August 30th, 2018. Climate chaos following record heat this summer. Experts are predicting there will be a nightmarish cold winter. Now, the report goes on to state that if the long-term forecast that I'm about to share with you are accurate, this winter could be bitterly cold. The sun appears to be entering into a period of early hibernation, and that is a very troubling sign. The primary driver of the climate conditions is a giant ball of fire that our planet revolves around, and that ball of fire is beginning to behave in irregular ways. Sunspot activity is way below what was expected for this year, and that is one of the reasons why so many are calling for a big freeze this winter. And if we experience any extended, quote, solar minimum, that would mean significantly reduced temperatures and crop failures all over the planet. At other times in history, such a scenario has meant global famine. It goes on and says, the Farmer's Almanac is predicting a colder than normal winter from the continental divide on eastward, with teeth-chattering cold arriving in mid-February in the Northwest, Great Lakes, and even in the Southeast. Contrary to the story storming on the web, our time-tested long-range formula is pointing toward a very long, cold, and snow-filled winter. Editor Peter Greiger said in a statement on the company's website, "We stand by our forecast and formula, which accurately predicts the many storms last winter, as well as the summer's steam hot conditions." He also warns at the end of the article that it's possible a second mini ice age could be headed our way, like what hit between the years 1645 and 1745, that also caused major food supply outages or food shortages. Now, those are the predictions by the Farmer's Almanac, also taking into consideration some of what is going on with the solar minimum, which I've talked about how weather increases during this solar minimum. Now, whether or not they're going to engineer some of that or not, well, I guess the ultimate decision is up to you, because I've definitely revealed in prior videos that they have the technology to control portions of the weather. That said, a lot of it is natural, but some of it is not. But here's what I want to add in addition to that is we are having massive droughts right now, at least according to some articles. But I want to show you kind of what it all means. Check out this report here. This is on express.co.uk, put out August 25th, 2018. They will run out of water. U.S. droughts hit 10 states, affecting 131 million people. That's a lot of people that are affected by a drought. But is there really any validity to panic over that? Well, let's check out and go to the U.S. Drought Monitor. You can see it has the accurate August 30th, 2018 map showing droughts all across the country. It has the different colors. The red and maroon are more of extreme, excessive drought. Orange is a very severe drought. Yellow, you're just abnormally dry. And then they have that tan color, and that's more moderate. And you can see the biggest impacted states are Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Missouri, Texas, and Oregon. But what I wanted to do is compare that. If we have the map of 2018, what did 2017, 16, 15 prior years look like? Is this year's drought any different from priors? So I'm going to toss up on the screen a map from August 2017. You could see lots less color, not as bad of a drought as this year's. 2016, again, August 2016, you could see it's just mainly Arizona and California. 2015 shows more red there, but less states are actually impacted. 2014, however, is very similar to this year. And here's a 2013, August 2013 map, also very similar to this year. So what does that tell me? Well, for starters, what I want to tell you that I did, and I'm not going to throw up all the maps, is I went back not only to August, but I went to July and June, May, April, and March. I focused on all the months prior and checked out all the years prior. And when I did that, and there's a link below if you want to do it yourself, what I found was it looked like the droughts of 2014 and 2013 were much worse than the droughts happening this year. So what does that tell me in a nutshell? Well, Here's the thing that we have to think about, knowing that I believe some of the droughts, at least according to the drought monitor, were worse in 2013 and 2014. Why is there such a big worry now? Well, the worry is because of all the wildfires in California, which have added to the pressure on the food supply. And not just here in America are we experiencing a drought, but there's also a drought international over in Europe, Britain, Germany. They've had droughts so bad that parts of the ground are drying up. This is what adds a little bit more pressure to the drought happening today. It's not just here in America, but also in countries abroad. And it is affecting some of, obviously, our food supply. Not only that, but we also have impacts of, well, heat on our ocean that's causing devastation to some of the marine life there. Let me show you an article. This is from April 2018 from the Washington Post, and it's titled, "Heat waves over the ocean have ballooned and are wreaking havoc on marine life." Now, this goes on to state that heat waves all over the world's ocean are becoming longer and more frequent, damaging coral reefs and creating chaos for aquatic species. A study that was published Tuesday in the journal Nature Communications found a 54% increase in the number of days in which heat waves have cooked the ocean since 1925. You can see the chart here where it shows kind of that increase. Now, at the bottom of the report, it further states that Kim Cobb, a professor of atmospheric science at Georgia Tech, said that it can have important implications for ocean food supply and its sustainability. In other words, marine life is being impacted and affected by the massive heat waves, and some of them are dying off, which will, as a result, have an impact on the food supply. Now, what am I saying, or kind of what is this overall picture here? Well, here's the thing. We've had multiple droughts in the past, but what stands this one aside is the fact that it's happening on other countries internationally, or also within America. Take that in conjunction with the wildfires in California, which we do have yearly, unfortunately, but it seems they have upticked even more this year because of the drought situation. Take that in conjunction with what's happening as massive heat covers some of the oceans, and killing some of that marine life. And then coming in the future, the Farmer's Almanac tells us that we could be hitting some devastation with cold weather and extreme storms coming up later this year. Well, this is obviously going to cause some havoc on the food supply. Does that mean that we're not going to have any food and everybody's going to starve? Absolutely not. That is not what I'm saying here. I am saying what you could see is prices increase at the grocery store for your food supplies. This is reasons that I tell everybody, make sure you have supplies on hand. Now, what kind of increase that will be, who knows? It could be a buck, a couple bucks per item, couple cents per item. It's not going to go crazy where it's unaffordable, not at that level, but either way, they are obviously going to have repercussions on what's going on. So just a heads up with that. And again, this is why I tell everyone to prepare. And don't forget to check out my partner at patriotflashlight.com. This is only at 50% off for a limited time. Please keep that in mind. It's an amazing deal right now. One of my favorite flashlights. Again, it's got that compass, powered by solar. It can also be powered by a USB here. It has a wire cutter, also as well as a seatbelt cutter. You can use it to cut a seatbelt and smash open a window. It is a great thing to have in your vehicle. It's got that strobe light as well. One of my most favorite products that I have out there. So check that out at patriotflashlight.com in the description box below. Again, it's 50% off for a limited time. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning into my channel here. And don't forget, if you like what you heard, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share it on all your social media outlets. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.